Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose. Today is Friday, May 19, 2023. Sun and moon, both in Taurus today. So when the sun is in Taurus, which is just for a couple more days now, our outer lives, our work, social, and civic lives come to revolve around establishing security, networks for support, so that we feel supported in the work that we're trying to do in the world. And then when the moon is in Taurus, this is very much a vibe about, we've just taken some initiative and now we want to slow down, follow through, plant some seeds at this time. And especially because the moon is new. So today is the new moon. The sun will conjunct the moon down here at, looks like I made a partial moon there. The sun will conjunct the moon at around 11 a.m. my time. I'm Central Standard Time in the United States. So that conjunct is when that full moon culminates. That's when it's completely dark and we just can't see any part of it. And the new moon is sort of the opposite equal of the full moon in our creative cycle. The full moon is when we have achieved some stuff and we can look back and see what we've accumulated, what we've accomplished, and we can pat ourselves on the back. And then after the full moon, we really start to reflect on what we can get rid of, what no longer serves a purpose in our creative cycle and what we want to do for ourselves. So here we come to the new moon. We've gotten rid of a bunch of stuff. We have pushed out thoughts, attitudes, dispositions, stuff and things that are just cluttering up our creative spaces and getting in the way of our ability to plan better things for ourselves. So new moon in Taurus, this is a very deeply grounding vibe. This is definitely a time where, you might want to get on the floor or get into a seated position where you can really feel the energetic roots of your body sinking into the ground. Really, notice where you are and have an appreciation for what you have right now in the moment. And then, when you cultivate, and then you at this time get to cultivate your garden, your home, your body, because you can feel it. You know what it needs from you, and you're able to sort of supply it with the stuff that it needs, right? So then after we have grounded ourselves, after we've come to appreciate and understand and nurture what it is that we have, be, do, are at this time, then we start thinking about what the future holds. And with the new moon in Taurus, that's going to be we're going to be considering the future in terms of those material possessions, those networks for security that again help us feel supported, so that we can continue to feel comfortable doing the work that we're doing in the world, inner life and outer life. Now tomorrow is kind of exciting. Mars is moving on into Leo right down here. So Mars has been in Cancer for the past month or so, and now it's moving on to Leo. Mars in Cancer is not in its best position. It's not its most comfortable. We have to sort of, take two steps to the side to make one step forward when Mars is in Cancer. And that's just not how Mars likes to roll. Mars likes to be really direct. Now Mars is entering the fixed fire sign of Leo. And so this is really, going to give us a lot of focus. It's going to give us a lot of confidence. It's going to give us a lot of fire and drive. Mars is very comfortable in fire signs because it rules Aries, right? So that assertiveness, is even that impatience or restlessness, we're going to feel it a lot more strongly, and we're going to feel confident in our ability to just make the moves we need to make, and not have to reflect on it too much. Mars in Cancer, just really like, I know what I've got to do and I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Well, it's got my attention because Leo has that very focused attention on myself and what I'm doing. So that's Mars in Leo, direct, confident, dramatic, sexy, seeking simplicity. We don't want complicated plans. We want simple plans. I go over here, I do this, I go over here, I do this, it's done. Bada bing, bada boom, right? So, and this is also coupled with a lust for life. It's a very sensual time, with the moon in Taurus and Mars moving into Leo, things can get a little sexy. They can just get a little sensual between you and your beloved, and that's a beautiful thing. Enjoy those vibes while you have them. Mars will be in Leo until June 11. So and enjoy that, and enjoy this, you know, sort of grand sense of initiative, this sort of supreme, because Leo is a royal sign, very supreme sense of confidence and ability to manifest, to create, to take action, to get what it is that you're trying to get done, right? And then also right now, Mars is opposite to Pluto, which is retrograde. And Mars in opposition to Pluto, you know, I've been characterizing this as a personal conflict and inner conflict, because what I talk about a lot with people is, you know, what I try to talk about a lot is, you know, sort of how we think and feel and how we express ourselves on the individual level, and how, you know, we relate to the people that we keep close. But, you know, in the personal sense, and also in the outer life sense, and also in the like world sense, the sense of mundane astrology, which is about what's going on in the world, this is a difficult conflict. Okay, this is a really difficult aspect for us to be dealing with. So I just don't want to downplay the fact that there may be some conflict, there may be some restlessness, there may be some power struggles or struggles for control going on, both in our personal lives and out in the world. Definitely, we see a lot of war making going on in the world out there, right? We see a lot of aggression. We see a lot of fire in terms of people firing on people, and also in terms of things just burning, right? Or, you know, turning on the news and just feeling like the world is burning down sometimes. So this is power versus power. It is one kind of control versus another kind of control. These are the lower and higher octaves of that martial quality that says, but I have these ideals by which I live, and I'm going to stand up for them, right? So, at this time, because we have also this cradle on our side, which is going to dissolve soon, and it's going to resolve into a grand fixed cross where the sun and moon the moon's going to be opposite the north node here, and it's going to go X like that, right? And then we're going to have these sides there. So that's a much more challenging position, and that's coming up on June 1. So be ready, be prepared, and allow the things that are giving you tools right now to help you be prepared for that, because we have all this cooperation on our side, and the sun sextile to Neptune, being able to use our imagination to figure out how to dissolve obstacles, how to find common ground with other people. And Mercury sextile Saturn is saying we have the tools we need to take care of business, and the more you take care of business, the more tools you have to deal with the conflicts that are coming up for you, right? So, there's a lot going on here that is positive. Sun trine to Pluto, saying, they're shedding a light on the transformations that we're going through and making them as easy as possible for us, considering that it's Pluto and we're going through these transformations personally and collectively. And Mars trine Neptune right here is your good trouble. It is the standing up for what you know is right. It is the willing to be, that willingness you have to step up, to stand up and say, hey, I see what's going on here, and I don't think that's the way we're going to do it. All right. So, take advantage of those tools while you have them, practice standing up for what you know it is right. Practice seeing what kind of changes and transitions you're going through, so that you won't be surprised when we get to June 1st or after and something abruptly changes, okay? This is not a time to be living in denial. This is a time to really try to have your eyes wide open and be honest with yourself, be honest with yourself, about the people you keep close, but also about the people in your work, social, and civic life, and the world in general. We have to be really clear and honest with ourselves about that at this time, because otherwise we might get a little blindsided, and I don't want that to happen, okay? So we're seeking this balance that will help us not be aggressive and not have to make war and not have to have conflict, right? Because, there are those of us who think that conflict is necessary, and I agree that a certain amount of conflict is necessary. We have to be able to negotiate our way forward, but war isn't good for anybody, right? Aggression isn't really good for anybody. It's not good for the person who does it, and especially, looking on the personal level, whether that's in your inner or outer life. Aggression doesn't work out. It's not good for the person who is aggressive, and it's not good for the, you know, the people who were the object of that aggression, right? It just turns into a whole fiasco. So whatever tools you can make use of at this time, you know, communication, and like Mercury and Jupiter are coming across to me right now because they're in this sort of catalyzing relationship to that conflict. You know, just try to think better of yourself. Try to do better. Try to make your plans and your communications represent the higher octave of your own being, the bigger, better version of yourself that you would like to see yourself be. And then let's see, coming up on Sunday, we have the sun moving on into Gemini. So we'll be out of Taurus season. Here's the sun. It's going to move over into Gemini, and then we'll have our outer lives come to revolve more around friendship and play and sharing and communicating and making plans together, collaborating. It's a great time of year. And then the sun trine to Pluto is going to culminate coming up on Sunday as well. And again, that's really about exposing to ourselves the transformations that we are undergoing. You know, and it's better to know, I think personally, I think it's better to know what changes you have coming up for you, to keep your eyes open and be aware of the transformations that are going to be, you're going to be called on to make. You know, to me, it's better to be aware, and this makes it really easy just to open your eyes and say, I see this coming, and I'm just going to embrace it. I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to generate a positive approach to these changes that are coming up for me. And then next, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, we'll have that third quarter moon, and I don't know what sign that's in. One more real quick break for that. That will be in Virgo. So we'll have that first quarter moon, excuse me if I said third quarter moon, first quarter moon in Virgo. That'll be a great time to really be meticulous about sorting out the plans that we've made, what we want to get out of the things we're trying to culminate this month, the things we're trying to create for ourselves this month. That'll be a great time when we're switching from planning into action to really have a specific, particular list of things that we're going to be able to do to unfold our plans. So I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you will like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet already. Click that notifications bell. It all helps me out a lot. I do so appreciate you all for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.